www.classgap.com/en/tutor/javi-montalva. Learn languages while having fun. Please check out my website on the comments. Enjoy the video.
Oh, great.
Yes, so we're going to take a look at relatives. Okay, the name is not really important. What is important is these are little words we use to join sentences. Let's take a look at some examples. Here, for example, ¿has visto el paquete que ha llegado? So, have you seen the parcel that has arrived?
Yeah.
El chico con el que sale Lucía es bombero. So, the boy with whom Lucía is going out is a firefighter. So, bombero. So notice this que, el que. Now explain why we say el que.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with que, which is this one. El que, okay. So we use this to add more information. So to add an extra sentence, talk about the same topic, like a new thing. For example, he recibido una revista en la que escribe Clara. For example, yeah.
Okay.
Some of the time you're gonna use this to identify the person, the thing you're talking about. So, for example, ¿quién es tu hermano? El chico que está hablando con Jorge.
Okay, yeah. So here also like el chico que está hablando. So que is like that.
Exactly. So that's the word. Yeah. So in English, most of the time it's gonna be that. Okay. Let me give you another example. Un abstemio es una persona que no bebe nada de alcohol.
Okay, yeah. So that doesn't drink never alcohol or something like that.
Exactly. So abstemio is teetotaler. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna use que mainly when you have a preposition, ha, con, de, any preposition. You're gonna use el que, la que, los que, las que. Now I'll tell you why. Or another option is quién, quiénes. Usually when you talk about people. Anyway, these are way too formal in Spanish, so you won't find as common as the other ones. Okay, so we say que to talk about person, animal, or things.
Okay.
Okay. La chica que me representaste ayer es muy simpática. La chica que me presentaste ayer es muy simpática. The girl you introduced to me yesterday is very nice.
Nice, yeah.
Mira, ese es el perro que mordió a Alberto. Look, that is the dog that bit Alberto. So morder is to bite. Yeah? He acabado el libro que me dejaste. So I finished the book you lent me. Most of the time, this que is gonna be omitted in English. Okay, but in Spanish, you have to say something. Okay, when you add a new sentence, meaning a new verb, or extra information, you need this relative pronoun we call it. Yeah, que or el que.
So here, for example, like que me dejaste. So dejaste is the verb here.
Exactly.
So we just add that you lent me. Or
exactly.
Like that.
So you have to say that. The problem is that in English, most of the time you omit it.
Right. Yeah. The book
in Spanish,
lent me.
exactly.
The book that you lent me.
Exactly.
And also, so here there is no preposition, but if there was a preposition, it will be la last one, depending on male, female, singular.
So, when you have a preposition, like here, con, you need an article. Okay? So it could be el, or la, or los, or las. Okay. The problem is this. This article have to agree in gender number with whatever you're referring to. So in this case, we're talking about las chicas. So that's why we need las. All right?
Yes.
Now, sometimes this article might be contracted with the preposition. Only in two cases in Spanish. So this happens whenever you have del plus el. This becomes del. And another case, a plus el becomes al. So when you have these two combination, it becomes one word. Okay. This is probably the only contractions in Spanish. Okay. Far easier than English. In English, you have thousands of these. Yeah. So remember, de plus el, you don't say de el, you say del. A plus el, you don't say a el, but al.
Okay, so del que te hable, so that.
So ese es el perro del que te hablé. So that is the dog about whom I told you about.
Yeah, right.
About whom I told you. Okay, another thing. With this kind of sentences, in English, you usually place the preposition at the very end of the sentence. So, for example, this sentence here. That is the dog I told you about. This is what you would say in English. In Spanish, you would say something like more formal in English. You would say something like, that is the dog about whom I told.
I told you.
So notice this. In Spanish, you can never end a sentence with a preposition. It's just not possible. It doesn't make sense in Spanish. So that preposition will have to go next to the relative pronoun. Or in this case, yeah? Okie dokie. Right. We also say this el que la que when you are mentioning something we talked before. For example, so we use this in order to avoid repetition. For example, ¿cuál es tu maleta? Which one is your suitcase?
Yeah.
The one, so this lucky would be the one that has wheels. So la, why la? Because it's la maleta, right? Me gusta más este libro, so I like this book more than the one. So el que would be the one.
Luis recommended me.
So you can say el que la que to talk about the same thing again. Yeah. Okay. ¿Quiénes son tus manos? Who are your sisters? We use quiénes because it's plural. Yeah. The one that are next to the window. So this is plural. The ones that are next to the window. Okay. So I repeat. We say el que, la que, los que, or las que. Four possibilities.
Okay. So el, plus, and del, and
exactly.
Quienes.
Now you have another possibility when you talk about people, only for people, and only in formal Spanish, and only when you have preposition. So actually, we don't use them as much, but here you have it in case you see it. ¿Quién y quiénes? So, for example, this one. El chico con quien sale nieve es bombero. So this is the same sentence we've seen before in a formal way. So instead of saying el chico con el que sale, also possible el chico con quien sale. Mira, estas son las chicas de quienes tanto te he hablado. You could also say estas son las chicas de las que tanto te he hablado.
Okay.
Just another possibility. So remember, this quienes is formal Spanish, only for people, And you also need that preposition. If you don't have a preposition, even though you talk about people, you cannot use it, okay? And then again, it's formal Spanish, so you won't see it as much. Now, you're also gonna use this el que, la que, los que, las que. Also possible quien, quienes, if you want to sound more
Mhm.
formal. When you wanna say whoever or the one who, this kind of sentence. Very common in expression. For example, el que estudia aprueba. So the one who studies passes the exam or
Yeah.
passes literally.
Mhm.
Quien estudia aprueba. Exactly the same meaning.
Studies.
Or whoever who studies passes the exam. Another example. Estas entradas son para el que quiera. Okay, you need subjunctive here. When you talk
Mhm.
about a person that is
I
not
want, yeah,
specific,
so that
so
I
when
want, yeah, right.
exactly, so we use these subjunctives as well when you talk about an identified object or person. So not a specific person, but anyone. Yeah. So that's why we use subjunctive here. So estas entradas son para el que quiera ir a mi concierto. So these tickets are for anyone who might want to go to the concert.
Yeah.
O, for example, las que quieran venir a la excursión, que levante la mano. Whoever might want to come to the
Come to the
excursion,
excursion.
raise your
Yeah.
hand. O quienes quieran. It's also
Yeah.
possible.
Okay, last Guinness.
Okay. You can also find this in some proverbs. Let me give you an example. So in Spain, we say this. Quien tiene boca se equivoca. This is a proverb. So
Okay.
whoever who might have a mouth makes mistake.
Okay.
Mhm. You can also say el que tiene boca se equivoca. Okay, this is like more colloquial. But usually proverb a kind of form or sounds more like old Spanish. So this can sounds a little bit bookish in my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
But then again, you have options. Okay. So usually in spoken Spanish, you won't hear this quien used as a
Guinness.
relative. Okay.
Yeah. So we will see more el que, la que, or
Exactly.
los que, las que
Which
kind of
makes
things.
it more difficult for you because you have to think about the gender of the thing you're talking about.
Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah.
But for us, it's like easier. Okay, let's
Yeah.
let's try que, el, que, la, que, los, que, las, que, and forget about quien, quienes for the time being. For example, number one. Tengo un ventilador que funciona con pilas. So I have a fan that works with batteries.
Battery. Pilas is better.
So you can see, you can join these two sentences with the que word.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, la vicuña, vicuña must be a kind of animal. I don't know what a
Okay.
vicuña is. Wait a moment. What is vicuña?
Uh,
I'm gonna show you.
Wild South American.
Oh, this is a vicuña. It looks like a llama.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Yeah, I like that. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, so la
Okay.
vicuña es un mamífero. Punto.
That
Vive en
yeah,
los
it's
Andes. Ujú.
yeah, que vive no, so la vicuña, so la que vive en Los Andes.
Okay, don't
But
go.
there is no preposition actually. So
Exactly,
there is no preposition. So que vive en Los
exactly.
Andes. Yeah.
La vicuña es un mamífero que vive en los Andes. So, la vicuña es un mamífero. Mamífero is easy, yeah?
Mamífero, correct?
Que vive en los Andes.
Yeah.
Right? Mamífero?
No, mamífero. Yeah, what it means, mamífero?
Okay, it's a mammal.
Oh, mammal. Okay, okay.
So it comes for the word mamar. So mamar is to breastfeed, yeah, to suck, literally. Yeah, mamar is to suck. So that's why we
Mm-hmm.
call it mammifer, because all of these animals they suck from the teats of the mother. Yeah.
Okay.
Ayer comimos ostras, oyster. Okay. ¿Te
Okay.
gustaron? Do you like them? Yeah.
Okay. Uh, ¿te gustaron que ayer comimos ostras? Like, because
Ok,
there
¿te
is no.
gustaron las ostras?
No. Oh, okay. Uh, las ostras, las que,
Mm,
no,
mm,
que, las ostras que comimos.
mhm, exactly. ¿Te
No,
gustaron
okay.
las ostras que
Uh,
comimos ayer?
okay. So here, so the oysters that you ate is we
So
ate
do you
yesterday.
like? Okay, here you
The
need the las ostras here because the expression gustar
okay,
requires the preposition. Okay, so
okay,
that's why it's
okay.
placed before the noun here. And then again, you don't need to say el que, la que, etc., because you don't really have a preposition here.
Right,
Okay.
right. Okay.
So, ¿te gustaron las ostras que comimos ayer? So, do you like the oysters? Those one
Yeah, we ate
we
yesterday.
ate yesterday. Mhm. Okay, cuatro.
Can you scroll up there? I can see the.
All right, don't worry. Uh, and let me
Yeah,
scroll
yeah,
down.
right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Estoy leyendo un libro, punto. Me gusta
Yeah.
mucho.
Uh, so, um, me gusta mucho el libro. It will be like
Mhm,
el libro que está leyendo.
mhm. So, me gusta mucho el libro que estoy leyendo.
Yeah,
So, I like the book
the book
a lot
that yeah
that I'm reading.
I read. Yeah,
So I like the book I'm reading a lot.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you were saying in English. Yeah?
Yeah, so this is the gerund actually, so that I am
Mm-hmm.
reading because
Mm-hmm.
it's the
Exactly, this is a gerund. I am
yeah.
reading. Estoy leyendo. Mm-hmm. Cinco.
Ah, Paco trabaja con una señora, la señora es venezolana, okay. Ah, la señora, uh, so there is con, so there is the preposition here actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So la señora con la la que la que Paco trabaja con trabaja es venezolana.
Venezolana. Mm-hmm. So la señora con la que Paco trabaja es venezolana. So the woman with
With
whom Paco works
what
is
is
Venezuelan.
Venezuela. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Seis.
He comprado unos cuadros. Te había hablado de esos cuadros. He comprado unos cuadros del. It'll be like unos cuadros te había. Okay, so they he comprado so de los que es uh, de los que te había hablado.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Finished.
Yeah. Yeah.
He comprado. Ah, sorry, hold on. He comprado los cuadros. Espérate un momento. He
Yeah.
comprado los
Yes.
cuadros de
Yeah.
los que
Yeah.
te había
Right.
hablado.
Yeah.
So, he comprado. So, I bought drawings. Literally, cuadro. Cuadro means like a square.
Yeah.
or drawing. Okay, rather it's drawing. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought the drawing about what I talked to you about. Yeah?
About it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The los que. So we have to say los que because of the preposition de. Yeah.
Okay.
Ujú. Ayer conocí a
Okay.
unas chicas. Punto.
Uh,
Ana vivía con ellas.
can you again scroll down a little,
Oh,
like
sure,
the?
sure. No problem. Right.
Yeah. This is fine. Yeah. So okay, ayer conocí a unas chicas. So there is a position here. So uh, um,
So preposition is going to be con, right? Mm-hmm.
yeah, right.
So
So con
ayer
yeah. So
conocí
ayer conocí con no a las chicas a las chicas las que con las que ellas
Ana.
no, no, las que Ana vivía ella
No.
yeah
Okay,
Ana vivía
yesterday. Okay, let's break it down. Ayer,
yeah yes
yesterday,
and
conocí, I met.
and yeah the
Okay,
girl
in Spanish, why do we have this a? Because in Spanish, when you talk about a person, you usually place this a. So,
okay
conocí a las
las
chicas,
chicas
the girls,
okay yeah with
con las que, with whom
Anna lived
Ana
or
used to live.
used to live Anna vivía
Mhm.
yeah
Or lived, yeah, you could say both. Ocho.
okay
Ayer,
ayer vi la cama Carlos dormía en ella
yeah,
okay Carlos
Carlos Quinto.
okay. Okay.
This is
I,
Charles the Fifth, okay? In
yeah,
English.
so okay, so Darmian lived and okay, so Villa, comma. Okay, so in ella, so that will be
So, yesterday I saw the bed. That's the first thing you have to write, okay?
yeah. So okay, so
So, ayer vi
okay,
la
Villa,
cama.
yeah,
Now
Villa
you,
Kama.
now you need a connector.
Yeah, so Laque Carlos.
Wait a moment. Hold your horses.
No,
Do you have a
no,
preposition?
no, we don't have the preposition
Look
actually.
closer. Look closer. This is a
Dormía
preposition.
en
En. That's a
en
preposition. En.
yeah, right. En. Okay, so en and then Laque and Carlos dormía.
Mhm. So, ayer vi la cama. So, yesterday I saw the bed
Uh,
in that, literally, or in
Carlos
which Charles V used to sleep
slept
or
or
slept.
used.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Ese es el colegio. Mi hermana estudió ahí. Okay. Ese es. Okay. So here there is no preposition actually, right? So ese es el colegio. Me. So my brother studied. Que mi hermana
Mhm.
estudió ahí.
You don't really need to
Or I,
say
yeah, is not
that.
necessary. Yeah.
That is the school
Where
where.
my brother
So in English,
studied.
you would say where my sister studied.
Hermanas.
In
Her brother,
Spanish,
yeah.
just que.
Yeah.
You can also say donde, by the way, but we usually say
Okay.
que. So most of the time we just use que or el que or la que, yeah? Especially in spoken Spanish. So ese es el colegio que mi hermana estudió.
Okay. So, esa empresa
Although, wait a moment, no, it doesn't sound right. Okay, and let me tell you a little thing I forgot. When you talk about a place, I'm
uh-huh.
afraid you need to add a preposition. So it sounds
Oh,
better,
okay.
yeah. ese es el colegio en la que mi hermana estudió. So when you talk
Okay.
about place, you need to say in, I'm
N
afraid.
is the preposition and then it becomes la. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the other alternative, ese es el colegio donde mi hermana
Okay. So where my sister.
estudió.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you talk about place, you have two options. You can use the in, then the article you're talking about, or in this case, wait a moment, no. En el que, sorry, en el que mi hermana estudió, o ese es el colegio
Okay.
donde,
So NM is a
yeah, because
preposition
it's
plus
el colegio, that's why, okay?
and or just donde where my
Okay, the problem about the word school in Spanish is that you have two words. And that's why I made a mistake. Because you could also say la escuela, okay?
oh okay
So
okay
el
el
colegio,
colegio.
la escuela, both of them is the same place, okay? It's not like in English you have a school and you have college. For us, college and school
Both.
is the same place. At
Okay.
least in Spain. I don't know about other countries. So
Okay.
you could say el colegio, you could say la escuela, and
Uh,
kids even say el cole, which is the short version.
So if it was la escuela, like let's say esa es la escuela, then it would
Hmm.
have been
El
like
laque,
en la
yeah, exactly.
la que
Yeah, it has to agree in gender number. Like in
gender,
Spanish, everything must agree in gender number.
gender
So
and the
ese es el
plural.
colegio en el que mi hermana estudió. Repita bien. O este es el colegio. This is the formal version. Donde
Mhm.
mi hermana estudió. So then again, this donde sounds more formal.
Okay.
Ah, la empresa, ok, esa empresa era alemana. Punto. Mi padre trabajó en ella.
Okay, me puse, trabajo
So
en ella.
again, we talk about a place. Yeah. So
Right.
la empresa en la que,
En
yeah, en
la
la
que
que
uh,
trabajó
uh, trabajo,
mi
okay.
padre
Mi padre uh,
era,
era
era.
alemana.
Ujú. So the company, la empresa,
Yeah,
where,
that
en la que
worked.
trabajó mi padre, my father worked.
Father
Okay,
is
another
German.
thing I forgot to mention, which is also important. Usually, after this connector, we make an inversion, like we place the verb before the subject. Usually, I mean it's
Okay,
not
okay,
mandatory. Okay,
okay, okay.
so don't be like, what is wrong? Like you could, like in Spanish, um, the order is freer than in English. Like in English, the order is very important. In Spanish, you have like more options as far as order
Yeah.
is concerned. Like you can,
So
uh,
yeah, en
mhm,
la que trabajo is the verb, and the verb comes before my father, and
mhm,
then
mhm. So was German, era alemana. And notice we say alemana because it's la empresa. Okay, so it has
okay,
to be
and father,
feminine. So
okay,
alemán masculine, alemana feminine. Yeah?
okay.
So notice how everything has to agree gender now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now this one is actually easier. Yeah, I think. So now
Okay,
we're gonna use this to answer to talk about the same topic. So
okay,
usually we use this to answer a question, talking about the same topic or thing or whatever you're talking about. For example, ¿quién es esa chica? So who is that girl?
yeah, okay. La que
La que
trabaja con
trabaja
Robert.
con Roberto. So the one who works with Robert. So la chica que trabaja con Roberto. It's basically the same. Yeah?
Okay, so
Dos.
¿qué libro, uh, qué libro estás leyendo?
Mhm.
Okay, so el que,
There you are. Exactly.
yeah,
El
el
que me
que me
prestó Antonio. So the one Antonio
is
lends me. And notice here again the inversion. Okay, you can see the verb is placed before the subject.
okay, okay.
So
El
don't
que
be
me,
puzzled about it. This is quite common in Spanish, especially after. a connector or one of these words, yeah?
Mi casa es mi casa está en aquella esquina. Okay. So mi casa es que está la que because
Hmm.
it's there. Okay. So the preposition is there. Okay. Okay.
No, no, no. Okay. In this case, it's not because of the preposition. It's because
Yeah.
you are making reference.
Okay.
Um, so when in English you say the one that, you need the article. So you're gonna need
Okay.
this el que la que los que las que when you have the preposition, or when in English you say the one that. Okay.
Okay.
So in other words, when you have a connector with a preposition, or when you are making a reference to something else.
Mhm.
So for example, number three, mi casa es la que está en aquella esquina. So in English you will say, my house is the one that is in that corner.
Format, yeah.
So that's why even though you don't have a preposition here, you need the article because here you're making a reference to that again.
Ah, okay.
It's not like you're adding information about the house. It's like you're making reference again about the house. Yeah.
No, okay.
So that's why. Okay. So this article is what we call the antecedent. Okay. It's like you make reference to something you mentioned before. Yeah? So that's why you need the article. Cuatro. ¿Cuál es
Okay.
tu sombrero?
¿Cuál es tu sombrero? Tiene una pluma verde. So, ¿cuál es tu sombrero? So, que el
Ujú,
que
ujú.
tiene una pluma verde.
El que tiene una pluma verde. So the one that has a
That's
green feather.
green.
So
Yeah.
pluma is feather.
Yeah, yeah.
Ujú. Cinco.
¿Quién- ¿Quiénes son esas chicas? Las que estuvieron en mi fiesta.
So the ones who were at my party.
Party, yeah, okay.
So estuvieron. Ujú.
So yeah. So
Seis.
this is the imperfect.
Exactly. This is indefinido.
Oh,
Remember?
indefinite, not in, so yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ujú.
So
Estar,
it's yeah,
estuvieron. ¿Ya?
yeah.
Ujú.
¿Quiénes, ¿quiénes son Guille y Silverio? Ah, los que viven en el sexto. Yeah.
Okay, here we're talking about floors. So it's quite
Yeah.
common in Spanish. You omit the noun, it's clear, and you leave the adjective all alone.
Oh,
So
okay.
instead of saying el sexto piso, you just say el sexto. Okay?
Oh, okay, okay.
So the sixth floor, you would say in English. The
Yeah.
one that lives on the sixth floor. You
Sexto.
can't really say the one that lives on the sixth, like on the
Floor,
sixth.
yes.
Mhm.
Floor in the apartment, you don't have to say the piso
Yeah,
then.
like here by context is redundant, so you don't really need to say piso. Okay, so it's
Mm,
omitted. Okay,
mm, mm.
so this happens a lot, especially when we talk about floor. You say el primero, el segundo, el cuarto. Yeah. Mhm. Okay.
Ah,
Siete.
mis amigos son los que llevan
Mhm.
las bufandas. What is bufandas?
Scarves.
Oh, scarves. Okay, red scarves. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Says my friends are the ones that are wearing red
Red
scarves.
scarf.
Okay.
Yeah. El reloj. Okay, um, el reloj que, que te le- que
So
te, yeah, que te regalaron no tenía pies, right?
okay. Notice here you don't really need the article.
Yeah,
Why? Because
because
mhm.
we
Because
are
here
all
you're not saying the one that you just say that. Okay.
that, yeah, because el reloj that, yeah, so
Mhm.
that yeah,
So el reloj que te regalaron no tenía pilas. So the watch, so reloj could be both watch and clock at the same time.
mm,
So the
mhm,
watch you were given
Then okay.
have no batteries.
Battery.
So regalar is to give something as a present. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And pilas is battery, so
Mm-hmm.
tener, tenía to have.
Mm-hmm. So the watch that you were given didn't have batteries. Mm-hmm. So this is tener in the past. Yeah, tenía. Okay. Right. We're gonna take a look at something else. We're gonna have a break from grammar. So we're gonna take a look at vocabulary. Well, rather than vocabulary, morphology actually. So how can you change a word so you can change the nuance of the word?
Okay, okay.
Let me explain what I mean. So you already know about this actually, I think, but we're gonna go a little bit further. So as you know, it's quite common in Spanish to use this ito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. To make it small, kind of like
So
to.
very, very common. Why?
Yeah,
You make it smaller, you make it sound cute, or it sounds like more affectionate. Yeah,
just like you said, your mom can call you habilito or something, right?
exactly. So very, very common. So mesa, mesita, hombre, hombrecito, pez, pececito, calle, callejuela, nieta, nietecita, flor, florecita. Yeah, very,
Mm-hmm.
very common. Um, right. We go back to this slide. Let's take a look at the opposite.
Okay.
The opposite of the ito would be this on or after. So this is to make something big. Why do
Okay.
we use
So,
this one? You can use it for different purposes. To be to blow things out of proportion, to be
okay.
exaggerate, yeah, or to be
Mm-hmm.
more intense in your words, okay? To
So
make something
what is the
more. Mhm.
like thing we use to make it big, like
Yeah,
tongue?
for example, let me give you a few examples. Imagine the word. Okay, so imagine someone has a Ferrari. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you might call it coche, which is car,
Mm-hmm.
or carro, you can also say in Latin America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to say he has a car. You want to say he has a car. That's the car, okay, man? I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari. It's not any car.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say cochazo, like
That's
wow, what a car.
oh, okay.
Literally means big car. But the car doesn't
Okay.
have to be big. It could be big
Mm-hmm.
in intensity, in importance, okay? Not in
Mm-hmm.
size. So cochazo, he has, so Cristiano Ronaldo tiene un cochazo, yeah? For example. So you can see makes it more intense, yeah? It makes it, we use this kind of thing a lot. Like Spanish is the language of emotion. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
reason why you can change pretty much any word like this, either to play it down or to blow it out of proportion. So you can, like, for example, when you have a big problem, but actually
Uh-huh.
you want to say the opposite because you don't want to play it down, so you could say tengo un problemilla. So it
Okay.
sounds it
Okay.
sounds like it's not so important when it actually
Okay.
is. This is something
Okay.
we do a lot actually. Like you want to
Okay.
play it down, especially if something
Okay.
you did, yeah, like you screw it up, but you want to play
No.
it down.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Let me give you another example. Blowing things out of proportion to exaggerate, yeah. So you could say someone is un buenazo. So yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
could say someone is bueno, like someone is good. But you want to say like
Mm.
this person is so
Really good. Yeah.
fucking good. He's an angel. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you could say es un buenazo. Okay.
Okay.
Or you want to say like you just seen extremely good film. Okay. It was
Mm.
the film.
Really
It
good.
was amazing film. So you could call it peliculón instead of película. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
more intense. You could say this Gustavo. So this comes from gusto. Okay,
Okay.
what
Mm-hmm.
is gusto? So gusto means something like pleasure,
Like,
yeah.
you. Right, right.
So
Mucho gusto then.
exactly. So darse el gusto is an expression which means indulge oneself or to treat oneself to something, yeah, to make
So
something you really enjoy.
so
So if
dar give.
mhm,
Darse is the reflexive of dar and el
exactly.
gusto.
So you want to say like I did something that I really enjoy. You could say me di el gustazo. For example, you could say me di el gustazo de ir a Puerto Rico. There
Okay,
you are.
yeah.
Yeah, I treated myself by going to Puerto Rico. Yeah, for example. So it sounds more intense when you say gustazo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, you could also say tazón. So you could say, for example, sillón. Yeah, sillón. So
Okay, okay,
sillón literally means like big chair. So this
okay.
is the word we use for armchair. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So silla is chair, sillón,
Yeah, yeah.
armchair. It's a big chair. It makes
Mm-hmm.
sense, doesn't it? Now, this azo in particular has an extra meaning, which means a hit or a blow or something. So, for example, do you remember the French national football team? What was his name? Zinedine Zidane, you know, the football player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had batted someone else. So in
Yeah, yeah.
Spanish, you call that
Yeah.
cabezazo. Why?
Ah,
Because
okay,
he
okay.
used his head. So
Cabe,
if you hit
cabe,
someone with your head, you could
okay,
say
cabe.
dar un cabezazo. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, give him a head, but okay, give him.
exactly. Imagine you slam the door. So you can say the word portazo. So dar un portazo to slam the door. Yeah. Or imagine you hit someone with your fist, or you punch someone. You say dar un puñetazo. So puño is fist. Puñetazo is a hit with your fist.
Okay.
Or balazo, which comes from bala. Bala is bullet. So balato
Okay.
is a hit by a bullet. Yeah?
Oh.
A shot, you would say in English. Yeah?
Mm.
You get the idea, right? So you can use pretty much any part of your body or any instrument to say you hit someone in a particular way. For example, so if you know rodilla means knee, what do
Mm-hmm.
you think rodillazo means? An idea?
And Radia means what again? You said like
Knee, knee.
me, my.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is really me, kind of like or like.
Let me show you. Let me show you rodilla. I mean, an image is gonna tell you more than words. So if I type rodillazo, look what you find.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Okay, rodillazo. So everyone is using their knee to hit somebody else. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
Yeah, so
don't.
it's like
Mm,
the Kabuta is also headbutting kind of puni
exactly. Exactly.
fist kind of yeah.
Cabezazo. Let me type it. Very
Oh
popular. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Puñetazo. What do you think is gonna show up here?
Some fisting, something like with a
Yes.
fist, some
Exactly.
yeah, boxing
Puñetazo.
kind.
Okay. If you know codo means knee, sorry, knee no, elbow, you could
Okay, so
say
kind of
codazo.
elbowing. Okay,
Exactly. So you see, very very
yeah,
useful.
yeah, in football, yeah, right, especially.
um, what else? I mean, you could use pretty much any part of your body with this. I mean, any part of your body you could use with azo. It means like you hit someone with that part of your body. Okay,
Okay,
very 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 common in Spanish. Um, so you can say puñetazo, portazo with a door, yeah.
Mm.
balafo with a bullet,
Bullet. Okay.
so on so. Okay. Um, this one also very very subtle, but you're gonna hear it a lot. When people are being nasty in Spanish, we tend to use these suffixes because they are suffixes of this to be despective. So
Okay.
how can you put someone down? You can use any adjective or word and add this suffix ako, ajo, ejo, ucho, and it sounds
Okay.
uglier. It sounds like you're being nasty.
Okay.
So, you can even be, I mean, racist people might use this to play someone down, yeah, to be disgusting. Um, Let me give an example. So for example, feo. So here you have feo. So instead of saying feo, which means ugly, you could say
Okay.
feucho.
Okay.
So
So really ugly.
feucho,
Okay.
exactly. It's not only really ugly. It's like he's ugly. You know, it's like some.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is like in English you cannot really translate this because it's. Let me give you an example. Okay, pájaro, for example. So this is bird,
Yeah.
right? But you want to say like bad bird.
Uh-huh.
For example, I would say this to crows because I hate crows.
Yeah. Yeah.
so, so I wouldn't call crows pájaro. I would call them pajarraco.
Ah. Okay.
It
Okay. So
sounds
really.
ugly, doesn't it? Pajarraco.
Okay.
And this is something you could use with a person as well. You could say like someone is a bad bird,
Yeah. Okay.
like a bad person. He's a pajarraco. Yeah? Careful by using this because it sounds nasty. Okay, bear that in
Uh,
mind.
uh,
Or you could say like someone has a shanty house, for example.
uh,
So you could have the word casa, which is house. But if you say
Acaso.
casucha,
Oh, Casucho. Okay.
casucha, it's like a bad house.
A
Yeah?
bad hello. Casucho.
I mean, you can use this. Um, Let me think. I mean, you can use this with pretty much any word. Anyway, this is a little bit too difficult. Okay, you get the idea, don't you? Don't worry too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna practice this a little bit. So we're gonna make things small and big. Let's start with small. Okay. So I give you the
Okay.
neutral word, and you give me the small one.
This is Silito.
Sillita. It's
Sí,
feminine.
sí, yeah, yeah, sí, yeah, okay, sí, sí,
Sillita.
yeah, sí.
Mm,
Jorito, Jorito,
Jorgito. Jorgito. Muy bien,
okay,
Jorgito.
yeah,
Um, right. Um,
chiquita,
Chiquita, yeah.
chiquita,
Chiquita.
chiquita,
Or chiquilla, you could also say. Chiquilla.
ah,
Yeah.
chiquita,
Like some people use illa instead of ita, some people use
ah,
ico. It depends on the regional thing. So you could say ito, you could say ico, you could say illo. Probably the most used one is ito. It's
okay,
like the most neutral one. Yeah? But you might hear the other two versions.
okay,
Oh, sorry.
mesa, okay, mesita,
Yeah. So for example, we talk about mesita de noche.
okay,
What do you
night
think that
table,
means?
so
Night,
okay,
night,
and,
little table.
yeah, yeah, right,
What do you call that in
night,
English?
nightstand or something like that.
No, it's a bedside table.
Oh, the bed, okay,
Yeah, because it's
there's a,
something you can use it by at night. Yeah. So,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
uh, cochito,
Cochecito. Okay. With a
coches,
noun. Yeah.
cochecito, okay, cochecito.
Mm, okay.
Balon, balonito. baloncito or ballito.
Baloncito.
Baloncito.
Little
Okay.
ball. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you could also say pelota is also another word for ball.
Okay.
So a small ball.
Okay.
What do you say, small ball?
Okay. So pelotito or pelotita. Pelotita.
Pelotita.
Okay.
Um. Okay. How would you call, for example, in soccer, when someone hits somebody else with the ball, like someone, uh, like someone uh, kick the ball in order to hit somebody else. So you
Ah,
have the word pelota. So a hit with the
pelota,
ball, pelotazo.
pelazo, pelotazo. Okay.
Yeah.
Pelotazo.
So
Okay.
pelotazo is like someone hit somebody else with the ball. Yeah.
Well,
So you say dar un pelotazo. Yeah.
dar un pelotazo. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I just thought of another sentence, but okay, never mind. Okay, I don't know.
Ah, manazo. Like,
No, no, I mean small hands.
oh, small. Okay. Uh, manito or
Manita.
manita. Okay. Manita. Okay.
Okay, you can also call someone who's very good at using their hands. You can call it manitas.
Okay. Manitas.
The opposite is manatha. Okay, which will be
Manazo.
the opposite, like big hands.
Okay.
So you can also call someone who is not good at using their hands. You can call it manathas in the plural.
Ah, manazo.
So you have manitas. So manitas
Small.
would be a person who is good at using
Man.
their hands. Like someone who is very good at DIY, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Esta persona es un manitas. And the
Mm-hmm.
opposite, manathas.
Manazo. Okay. Manazo.
So
Okay.
manatha would be butterfinger. Yeah, we call it in English.
Okay.
Okay.
Copa. Copita. Kind
Copita.
of.
So for example, you could say copita de
Cup.
vino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um, all right. Uh, you can also use this with adjective. For example, blanco,
Blanc.
which is white.
Okay. White. Okay. So blanquito or blanquita or blanquito.
Blanquito.
Okay. Blanquito.
So for example, you could use this with a white person. Like if you want to say like someone's a whitey, yeah. So
Yeah, a
you could
little
go
white. Yeah.
un blanquito.
Okay.
Or even the opposite, negro, which is black,
Negrito or
negrito. Like a little black person, literally,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, mm, I don't know. Even with nationalities, I mean, for example, español,
Okay. Españolito.
españolito, yes.
So little Spanish. Okay.
Little Spaniard, exactly. So I would say, soy el españolito loquito.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
I am little Spanish.
What is loquito?
Loquito is
No,
loquito.
loco, loco.
Loco, I knew actually. Loco is
Crazy.
crazy. Okay.
So I'm the little crazy Spaniard. Yeah.
It's funny.
So notice I use the ito. Also with
Yeah.
adjective. I mean with
Okay.
mm, for example, to a little baby or to a toddler or something like that. You might
Well,
we all when you're talking to little kids, it's quite common to use this. Like you could say this.
cuantos añitos? Okay, so how many years? Yeah, so yeah,
Hmm.
like how
So
old
not
are you actually?
so this is something that gets lost in translation.
Yeah,
Like
because cuantos años tienes is how old are you, and here how little old are you, kind of, or whatever. Like how?
exactly. But notice this sounds cute. Okay, it sounds like it sounds like you're talking to kids. It sounds like cute. You know?
Uh,
It's like you
yeah,
say, look at the little birdie. Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah.
So in Spanish you say, mira el pajarito. Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
So I will say little birdie when it's a bird I like. If
Mm-hmm.
it's a bird I don't like, I will say, mira el pajarraco.
Baharas, ako, yeah,
So
okay.
I will use this one to talk about, I don't know, sparrow, for example. And this one when I
Okay,
talk about a crow,
fair.
because I hate crows.
Okay.
I don't know what's wrong with them. Like in Spain,
Yeah,
you're never
very
gonna see
right.
them. But when I was living in the UK, like crows would attack you, for example, if you have something shiny.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like crazy. Yeah, they're like this. Like they usually are in colder countries than in Spain. Like maybe in the north, but here where I live, it's quite difficult to find this kind of birds, like
Mm.
crows or
So here,
bagpipe. Hmm.
where I live, US, we don't have any crows here.
Much better. Yes,
Yeah.
like they're very intelligent animals, but like they like shining things that will, or for example, I don't know, like they would, like if they know you are talking bad, they can
Ah,
understand. It seems like crazy, but it's true. Like they're very intelligent birds. All right. Okay.
okay, so animalito.
Animalito. So little animal. Yeah. Okay. Let's try full sentences. So now we're gonna combine. Is the little bird I talked to you about? How do you say
Okay.
that?
Este es it's a little bird will be el pajarito, el pajarito, yeah. Del que habló, hablé, okay. I talked
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to him,
Ese
okay.
es el pajarito del que te hablé.
Hablé,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now,
okay. So she is the woman, so it will be Lhasa or ella, okay. Ella es la mujer uh, del que,
sorry, go ahead.
no,
Con.
okay, okay, con la que um, going out salgo, yeah,
Yeah. Salgo, or you can also say estoy saliendo. Okay, you can say both.
okay,
Okay, imagine you wanna say like a great woman, like really good woman. What could you
okay,
use?
so then mu, muhazo or mujer
Mujerona.
mujerona, mujerona,
Mujerona.
okay, mujerona, female is
Yeah,
mujerona.
mujerona. Literally means big woman. But of course, it doesn't have. It's not about size actually. It's about
Yeah,
importance.
right, good, yeah, so yeah, so it's, yeah,
Like it's kind of difficult to translate this into English. Like I mean, you could say like big. It's not really doesn't not really mean big. It means more like great woman or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, no, really that women are really great women.
Hmm. So mujerona is like a really beautiful woman. Yeah.
Mm,
Extremely good woman. Um. Okay. This is something you could use to talk about uh, someone who used to be a little kid and now he's a fully fledged man, for example. For
Okay.
example, you could say,
You are already a big man. Okay. So you are also there.
so, estás hecho, you are made, literally,
Okay, so estás hecho un hombre, and big is omron or hombreto
hombretón.
or hombreton. Okay,
So, estás hecho un hombretón.
okay, big. Okay, hombre is man, hombreton,
So, this means you grew into a big man, something
big
like that,
man.
yeah? So, estás hecho un hombretón. So, you are made, literally, okay? You are made a big man. So this is something you might say to someone who used to be 12 and now he's 20 and now he's a
Okay.
fully fledged man, yeah?
Mhm.
Or the other way around, you could say, estás hecho una mujerona, yeah?
Okay, so yeah, woman kind of like
Yeah?
yeah.
Like a fully fledged woman, yeah? Or like really beautiful woman. Um, let me think. All right. Um, he's, mom, she, um, she doesn't like it, for example.
Okay, so él es hombre.
Él es el hombre.
Él es el hombre. She doesn't like so. Que, que ella,
Okay,
quien,
remember with like,
okay,
you never
gusto,
say,
so,
okay, you never say ella, you say a ella, okay, with this word.
okay, okay, okay. So que a ella no gusta, no gusta,
Uh-uh, you forgot.
gusto,
This is a special verb, okay? Let me show you.
okay,
Let's review a little bit.
okay.
Gusta,
Oh, quieren, like,
wait,
uh,
wait a moment.
quieren,
Uh, Now with gustar, so with le verbs such as gustar, it's a little bit different. I don't know. No, this one.
oh, it will be the mete los, like,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
on the verb, yeah.
So, que
So
no le
there's like
gusta.
le gustó, le gusta, yeah, yeah,
Ujú.
okay.
So, él es el hombre que a ella no le gusta. Remember, you use this with gustar. You also use it with encantar,
Right. So
parecer.
mete, le, nos,
Mhm,
os,
mhm, mhm.
las.
Exactly. Um, okay. Uh,
Okay. So esta es café, este es café, el café, okay. I like, so que me gustó.
uh-uh.
Uh,
No, 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 no. Gusta.
gusto, oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Let's review this a little bit.
Yeah,
Mete, le, nos. So this is the first thing you're gonna use usually.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Then the verb could be in two different forms: singular or
Okay.
plural.
Gusta, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And remember, this is
Yeah, so it
not
is just
okay. You're gonna use this one when you're talking about the person liking one thing.
yeah, okay.
Are you gonna use this one when the person is liking more than one thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it is based on the number of things the person is liking, not how
it's,
many people
it's exactly. So it's not about the subject. It's not about
that.
I, you, she. You're never gonna say gusto unless someone is liking you. For
Uh-huh.
example,
Okay.
for example. And in case you want to place this, you need the a. So a ella, a María. Yeah? So a María le gusto. So let's take a look at this one.
Okay.
So le. So here we talk about María, right?
Right. Okay.
Gusto. Okay, this O stands for I, yeah?
Right. So.
But here in English, it does not really mean I like. It means like she likes me.
Uh huh.
Because
Mm-hmm.
remember, gustar means exactly the opposite of to like. It's like it's in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see this O with this particular verb, it means that whatever is being liked is me. So I don't like, but I am being liked by
Uh
her.
huh.
Do I explain
Okay.
myself? So if I say this particular sentence, this does not mean I like Maria, but Maria likes me.
Right. Okay. So gusto. So le gusto. Okay. Gusto
So
is.
this is why usually with this particular verb, we're gonna say gusta or gusta. It's not very common to say gusto unless you're saying like someone likes me,
Uh huh. Okay.
okay, or something like that. So if you wanna say I like Maria, you're gonna say a mí, which is optional.
Okay. I think it went off, but so me, like so me gusta, yeah, me gusta Maria. Like,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah, I think it just finished. So probably I can see you, but I
don't worry, it's okay. You're gonna say it in the video. So I'm
yeah,
gonna let me repeat the two sentences. A mí me gusta María. I like María. A María le
yeah,
gusto yo. María likes me.
likes.
Okay.